Hey guys, what's going on? My name is J Josh. I go by the name of J Josh Rockstar, and I am honored to be featuring on K Sound's channel, Mr. Ellip himself. What I want to talk about today is a principle of three, the principle of three. I learned this a while back, and it really helps me in my music production. So what do I mean by the principle of three? It's about picking and choosing certain instruments that fit in three lanes. So I have a track pulled up here that I'm working on today at the moment. Shout out to Ellip. That arpeggiating pitch down I got from his channel. Actually, I'm a newbie in Studio One, just started a few months back, so I learned a lot from this channel. Now you'll notice there's not a lot of stuff going on. You hear a kick in the 808, so that's lane one, the heavy stuff, and that bass line is going on. That's taking up the entire mid-range pretty much as far as the tone. And then you have the arpeggiator, which is kind of in the mid-range too, but it's more so the high end. And those are the three lanes. When I discovered that I had enough going on to fill up the three lanes, I stopped. Now you'll notice with the arpeggiator, there's a hi-hat. Hi-hat, cool arp. So I make sure in each lane, you want to make sure everything makes sense. So if you have something in the midsection, you want to make sure it makes sense and it doesn't step on the toes of the first and primary instrument in that lane, if that makes any sense. So when you're picking your sounds in each of the three lanes, give those first sounds that inspired you in the first place top priority, and give them the respect. Don't let other stuff come in the track and mask and overlap. Let's check out the chorus or the verse. I actually have this label wrong. You know, sometimes when you're making music, you start out and you think something is a chorus, and it ends up flipped and flopped. Now in the verse section, I thought kind of different. So the 808 and kick is still there in the low end. The snare is more so mid-range than the pad to me. Let's mute that. Let's discover what that's all about. So we got the snare. Where is that? Okay, choir vibes. No, that's not it. All right, here we go. Loom. And now that I'm listening back, I'll actually adjust this live. Let's turn that up a bit. That way it matches the snare a little better. Second half of the verse, the loop comes in. And also in the mid-range, because the mid-range is pretty bare, and I like to leave my stuff open because it makes it easy for people to take the music and write songs. I don't like to fill in, you know, all the spaces with instruments. So you'll hear that loop comes in the second half of the verse, and the cool arp is filtered. I have a low pass filter on the cool arp just to distinguish the hook and the verse. So yeah, that's just something to think about. Not only when you're EQing and mixing, when you're actually producing the beat and picking your sounds, to think in threes. So I want to pick this set of sounds for the low end. When I add sounds on top of that, usually everything is automatically mid-rangey. So you want to be careful with that. Pick your main mid-range sound, and then pick some type of ear candy or some type of ear entertainment for the high end. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel and subscribe. All right. Thanks for having me, K Sound World, and I'm out of here. J Josh Rockstar.
RichMusicUniversity.com. Classes in session.